Hello everybody, Romo Guidance 10 back here. And I wanna go looking into a different perspective on a certain Bible verse that I felt like I needed to share because I also I asked the Lord and I opened up a certain page and it immediately caught my eye. And we're gonna look at it, trying to look at it in a different perception from what people actually might think of the verse, okay? So it's just not like that. It's not just that, but it's also what I also have here, and then we're gonna like do the switch up on it, right? So, but before we start, I do have a question, and I do feel like it's a question that you would have to think about. And a lot of people might choose a different answer towards this question, but you can also look at it again in another perception to the answer. And the question is, what is easier to understand? Being able to see the light in the dark or being able to see the dark in the light? So, a lot of people might want to say it's vice versa, right? Or more than half are going to say, well, light, being in the light, right, is going to allow you to see better. But you can also see it in this way, in the dream state, okay? So talking about like the dream state and when you're dreaming, when you're not just like dreaming, but like when you go to sleep, right? It's about, I want you guys to put yourself in this position. When you are, if you were to like close your eyes and you had a camera with a flashlight, right? And the flash would go off. I mean, that would like be an awakening to you, okay? That would be like whoa, right? I mean, that's like not hard to pass by. But when you're out in the light, let's just say daytime, right? That flash, even though it's there, it might not be that prominent at that time as how fast it was received in the dark, right? Especially the lighter it is, the more of a capability there is to dim that shadow, right? Making it a little bit harder to see. As in, if I had a dark spot in the light and the light is just too much, like the light is not too much, but the light is overpowering, okay? You would probably have to like squint first and have to realize it to see it. Compared to as if you were already dark, if you already were standing in the dark and that flashlight would come, right? And it would be like a smack in the face. Because, right? And what I'm trying to say now with this is that is how it also works when the Lord sends dreams and visions, which happens when you go in that state, right? I mean, the Lord speaks in many different ways. It's not just meant on this now, but because it's so prominent to me, this is why I want to tell you guys about it and why and how it works. It's as if like when you go in that state, okay, I want you guys to think, and this is really interesting, okay? I want you guys to think of a TV. It's the same thing as a TV, almost like, okay? There's always a creator behind a specific channel that they want to portray, that they want to put out their show with, right? And I want you guys to really think about this, okay? I wonder where they got that idea, the TV, right? It had to come from somewhere. I wonder what that does. here you go, right here. There's like nothing, there's not even like a difference on that besides the creator, right? One is man-made and the other is God created. And it works just like the TV, okay? It's as if the TV's dark right now when it's off, right? But as soon as you put on the button, it comes to life and a movie's been shown, right? A movie, some kind of movie, whatever resonates on that now, right? And you can always put it back off. But when you put it on, a movie or a channel, it comes up, and there's always a creator behind that, okay? Wanting to portray something. And it's the same thing with the Lord. But obviously, the difference here is, I mean, whatever God has to show is like, it's the deal, right? I mean, come on. Give me that 10 times more. But what I'm trying to say here now is just like think about that, okay? That's like, it's like, I wonder where people got that idea TV from. I mean, I wonder where. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, the whole message here, what I'm trying to say is with what's easier to see and what's easier to not see, or is about something that's been enlightened in the dark helps you see what actually is the light in the light, which is the same resemblance to reality, okay? So whatever the Lord enlightens you in the dark, especially in the dream state or in visions, is going to help you realize what reality really is when you're in the light, okay? Like, and this is the process that the Lord helps prepare his people. It's all about preparing us in the dark for what is to come to light, reality. That's why it's so important when we get dreams and visions. And anybody can receive them, okay? All you have to do is ask, and it shall be given to you. But it has to be pure-heartedly, okay? And I'm going to get into that, okay, with that Bible verse. But for now, it's as if, it's like the Lord puts that eye awakener into that dream, right? So he enlightens you in the dark, what's really going on. So that when it comes to the situation, especially when you get the dreams that predict the future, when you are in that situation, you will know how to act upon it. And it's the same thing I was trying to say in the beginning. You might be in the situation and you might not know it at that, literally that second, okay? And that's that squinting part. But the more that it's getting a little bit revealed, okay, the more then that's when it kicks back in and you're like, okay, here's my dream. I know now how to, I'm prepared. I know how to act. I know what to do in that situation now because the Lord has enlightened me already in the dark about the situation. I just didn't know yet when it was going to really happen. But you'll be prepared when it then does come to you. And it's going to allow you to see the reality of the whole situation, that you're not going to be able, that people don't try to get through with their deception and trying to trick you, trying to put you in a situation with evil intentions, okay? It's like the Lord is preparing us in every single kind of way in any aspect in our lives. And that's why it's so important when you do this too. This enlightenment just doesn't come like if you have no relationship with him, okay? Unless, of course, I mean, there's certain things, right? But the Lord already knows a person's heart or how a person's heart can be, okay? I mean, he's the future, he's the present, he's the past, right? I mean, he already knows. So, but this is what I'm trying to say on that. And it's all about whatever is being put on that, okay? It's like You have to then, at this moment, it's like you're building then a relationship up with him. He's preparing us for things I don't think people really understand. And I think if I would have spoke like last year, I would have also been in that state. So the Lord has really given me some kind of spiritual growth, and it's just always gonna grow, okay? Like nothing stops growing by God, okay? And that's the beautiful part about the whole situation. But I am realizing more on how to put them together. And he's really, I don't think people realize what we're actually fighting against with, and how powerful God really is, okay? As many as how people underestimate God, it's also how they underestimate you. And I'm not the only one. You might look like the most fragile human being that they think they can always use. Any types of betrayals, all those bad intentions. And then what they don't know though is that you actually you have God, okay? And I do know one thing, God does allow a lot of things to happen. He does allow things to happen for a reason that we might not understand at the moment. But he knows what he's doing, even if we are in hardship, okay? But I do know one thing. God is not gonna, he is not gonna forget about you. And if you don't believe that our God is gonna take us out in some kind of hardship situation and give you justice, I'm telling you guys, don't think that way. I feel like God always waits at the right moment for those that did that, okay? He always allows them to also give them a chance of repentance. But justice is justice. He is a just God, okay? So I always think it comes always to a certain degree on what someone does with you, okay? But like I said, he wants to see the mercy. He wants to see the heart. And he knows. He already sees the future, you guys, okay? And this is why we also have to be that example for others, even those that have done us wrong. That's why it said, give them the other cheek, because it's like, don't mirror them, because you're supposed to mirror how God would react, okay? Doesn't mean you have to be a fool, okay? I mean, the Lord wasn't, he didn't, he know, like, you see what I'm saying? I mean, he God, okay? So it doesn't mean don't be a fool, but try to not mirror them and their evil intentions, because it would not make you as a better person. You guys see what I'm saying? So surprise them, give them a reaction they were not expecting, and you might be surprised, even if you might not see it. You might have at that moment planted a seed. So that's what I basically wanted to get out of the whole what's better to see, the dark and the light. But I'm letting you guys now know, when the Lord enlightens you, gives you the light in the dark, it's gonna be easier to see in the light reality when it comes upon you. And that's why it's so important to build up that relationship with God. And one of the big ways that you can, I mean, everybody has different spiritual gifts. And I think that's another thing people underestimate, how powerful these gifts are. I'm now coming to realization, like, that the Lord ain't playing. like on that. I think people really underestimate the power of God. Like, I'm really waking up. And when the Lord said, like, all you need is a grain of mustard seed, the size of that, and you can move mountains. I'm telling you guys, the Lord's not a liar. You'd be surprised. I mean, the Lord does everything in divine timing. He knows exactly when the time has come to understand certain topics and all these things. But I'm letting you guys know right now that, like, God's power is not something people should even be underestimating. And this is what people are underestimating, and they don't fear God. They have no shame. They believe like they don't got no more sins because the Lord already died. And all you have to say, you believe, and like don't even acknowledge like the wrongdoings that a person does do, because we're all sinners. And but acknowledging that we are, and knowing that having the shame, okay, or this guilt feeling that we did something wrong, or that maybe that wasn't the right direction to go, just having that is already so important, because in that moment you are fearing God. Like, you don't want to mess it up with God, like because you love him so much. You guys see what I'm saying? Like, you love God so much and you just don't want to be on his bad side. Like, I mean, I think I would die. I couldn't handle that. Like, I'd be like, Lord, just RIP then. Like, I could not handle that. Oh man, no. Like, I love my Lord way too much. And we're gonna go now, because this is gonna resemble exactly the Bible verse that I have here that I'm gonna decipher. Because it resembles exactly that what I'm trying to say. Because these are two different perceptions, okay? How you see in the dark and how you see in the light, and what's easier to see. And I think people always want to just try to look at the situation with only one way. And I've had so many experiences now in my life, especially two different lands, you know. There's already one that I see two different perspectives. I have two different perspectives now from the different job fields. One time being in the office, and now being actually outside working with my hands. I literally got them, I don't even know what they're called. Scraps or something. I got them now. Like, you guys see what I'm saying? Like, I have perspectives on two sides. So I think it's very important that we always go at it, like thinking before acting, looking at every perspective of the situation. Because I feel like that's at that moment that might actually make you the one to survive or come out of a situation, because you looked in your surroundings first and all these things, okay? So I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm gonna try my best. It's Ecclesiastes 7, okay? And this is all about the advantages of wisdom. And I knew it, like, caught my eye. That was the one that the Lord wanted me to bring out here now on this video. And we're gonna decipher, we're gonna break it down, because I really want people to like see things in a different light, of what this verse could mean. Especially when I read it, I knew. So we have the advantages of wisdom, and it starts off with verse 23. All this have I proved by wisdom. I said, I will be wise, but it was far from me. So, first problem here, okay? There's already a problem here. Wisdom was far from this person, because this person demanded, okay? He said, I will be wise. It's like, that's the problem, because not in the sense as if like you are saying this to yourself, okay? But in the sense as if like giving a command to God, like, you better make me wise or I'm gonna. Like, you guys see what I'm saying? Like, make me wise. Like, oh no, come at it in a different way. Okay, that's problem number one and resolution number one to that. Okay, come at it. Okay, that was probably the wrong approach to come to God on maybe wanting or asking for something. Okay, and that's why now this was far away from him. Okay, so verse number 24. That which is far off and exceeding deep, who can find it out? Okay, now this person went in and reflected. He went in and reflected. And he's like, okay, well, that didn't work, right? That didn't work. Okay, now I gotta do some thinking on how I gotta think outside the box. Okay. Now this person's getting an interest. Now the curiosity for God, where these answers are coming from, now has been enlightened. Okay, there's already something going on here. Okay, it's just the person had to now go back in and reflect on how to receive his answer. So that was problem number one. And resolution was reflecting. Okay, how am I gonna like this planning, right? So here comes the answer. I applied, so verse 25, I applied my heart to know. Answer number one. And to search. Answer number two. And the reason of things. Answer number three. And to know the wickedness of folly. Answer number four. Even of foolishness and madness. Answer number five. So now that he knew, now that this person knew, I don't know who Ecclesiastes says. I really don't know this time. Leave down comments down below, because I just yes. Now this person knew that they had to apply their heart. If they're gonna want to find some kind of answers from God, they knew now at this point, if they're ever gonna find something out, they're gonna have to apply their heart. This right here has to come into play. So the times of commanding things, and it was only that, right? Now this person applied their heart, and now they're realizing a little bit more. Let's get a little bit in the depth of the situation. Okay, not just my heart, but now because it's in my heart, now I know I gotta search. Now I know I gotta seek. It's like this, something happened, like this opening in the heart happened, and it allowed this person to feel all in the right way. You guys see what I'm saying? It's like the intuition then came into play on like what's the right way. And this person not just only wanted something now that maybe every other person would ask for earthly things. This person wanted to know the truth. They wanted to know things that might be hard to swallow, okay? Because the truth is hard to swallow most of the time. More than definitely like most of the time, okay? If someone came up to you and said, what's easier for you? To hear the truth, and it might be devastating, or just to lie about it and it's easier to swallow, right? I bet you more than half the people would want to accept the lie, because it's just easier to swallow. Like, you know what I mean? But we should not be like that. We should be strong enough, and that's why the Lord puts us in hardships, okay? Allows hardships to come by. Not forever, okay? Because he doesn't want to see us in hardships, but he does allow it in times, because exactly for something like this, so that you're strong enough to be able to handle the truth. And now that this person, they went at it in a different way. Here, look what comes now. All of a sudden, I love it because it's so true. All of a sudden, now that this person went at it, asking God in a different way, We have verse 26 say, and I find more bitter than death. Now all of a sudden this person got more than they even asked for. You guys see? And it was, they thought, like people think like death is the worst thing that can happen to someone. It's like, if you knew, like, if you knew, and that's what the Lord is trying to say. People think death is like the worst thing ever. And it's like, you have no idea what, like, people don't know what we're dealing with. And it's just like, God's actually protecting us from what's going on. Like, that is already almost like a blessing, okay? Because people don't know what we're actually really fighting against. This is why the Lord prepares us so that we're strong, that we become warriors of God. I'm telling you guys. So, and I find more bitter than death, the woman. So, here's problem number, I think 3, 4 now. Everybody wants to say, oh, now the word woman, it's a real physical woman. Now the woman is the woman is death. Woman's more bitter than that, right? But the Lord doesn't talk about an actual woman here. It's not an actual woman. It's not a physical woman that he's talking about. It's a symbolism of the word of sin. The woman in the Bible here, in this verse, actually resembles, is taking the spot of the name of sin. Because, and it'll explain it now, but I want to get it out there now so that when I go further, you guys understand. The reason why sin is referred to her is because, or woman, is because who ate the apple first? Who was tempted, right? It was the woman. So that's where that came from. It was first the woman, then the man. And that's why it's referred to as a her. But many people, when they read that, the first thing that comes in their mind, the woman, physical. And it's like, no. Looking now in a different perspective, replace the word woman and put sin in its spot. Death the woman, whose heart snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleases God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. I'm telling you guys, replace the word woman, put the word sin in its spot. We're going to do that now. And I found more bitter than death the sin, whose heart snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleases God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by sin. And that's true. So, her, woman, it's not an actual physical woman. It's just, it's taking the spot of the name for replacing it from the word of sin. Because the sinner is going to be taken by sin. Okay? It's and it's sin that's holding you in bondage. Okay? This is and her hands and bands, snares and nets being caught, right? It's sin. Sin does that to you. Not the actual woman. Like, you guys see what I'm saying? And I feel like that's already like more than half of the people read that and like they're like, oh, the woman. I knew I couldn't trust the woman, like like you see what I'm saying? It's like people, we just like look at things a little bit differently. Like, behold, this have I found, says the preacher, counting one by one to find out the count. Okay, so now he went into a further state. Now he wanted to find evidence on it, right? Taking action. So not just receiving from God, but taking some kind of action now towards what has been given. And in this case, let's see, trying to find an account, trying to find the evidence, almost like a little bit like detective work, right? So, which yet my soul seeks, at the same time soul seeking. So it's not fake. Okay? But I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. Though this only have I found, that God had made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. So now, meaning, that a man is upright, right? And the reason why the woman was not found is because the woman is being found by after the new inventions were created, okay? It started as seeking those inventions. And these new inventions, they had bad intentions. Not all, but along with those inventions is then when the sin started to slowly reel in. You guys see what I'm saying? So in the beginning, in the situation when it was just the man upright, it wasn't there. But as soon as they started seeking out new inventions, that's then when the woman reeled itself in. So that's the Bible verse that I wanted to guys give you, because it also resonates what I was trying to say with the differences between the light, what's easier to see in the light or in the dark, because it's the same thing. It's like looking at it in a different perspective, especially what has to do with wisdom, and how we approach things, how we approach God. And once God reveals in the dark what's going on with the dark, okay, it's like you're awakened. Like, and now that when you're in the light, in reality, like you're being able better to see. So this is the message I wanted to give you guys out today. I'll be definitely having more. I'm having a lot of dreams and visions. That I will post, and I just know what's coming upon me, let's just say. And I know it's pretty bad. Like I said, I don't know when it's coming, but let's just say there's certain situations that I've gotten more of an enlightenment on what they truly mean. I'm starting to understand a little bit more what the Lord has been trying to tell me in those situations that I'm most likely going to be put in, which I'm going to have to make different types of videos on, because otherwise this video would be going probably another whole hour, or probably even more. But it definitely has to do with certain like organization groups, what's going on like behind closed doors. Something also about a powerful demon. But like I said, and that someone does need help on that. But I'm going to do that in a different video. It's just that all these things I'm like starting to like getting like an enlightenment on, okay? There's also someone about legal issues. And when I say legal issues, it's someone's going to try. But like I said, I'm going to make a different video on that. Someone's going to try to put some kind of false evidence on me, and to get away with an act that actually they were doing. And I can describe too, like the traits that this person's gonna have, like hair color and all these things. And yeah, someone's gonna like try to trap me, get me locked up. But this is why, and I'm totally innocent, okay? Like, I'm totally innocent. It's like they use me, okay? They're gonna use me, they're gonna try to use me as bait to hide up their act. I don't know when this is gonna happen, but I'm gonna make a different video on this though, explaining the dream and visions because I keep getting it. Then I'm gonna also have someone who is going to be the greatest copycat. This person's gonna try to steal my spirit. This person's gonna try to copy my 10. And I never understood my 10, you guys. I didn't understand why I was seeing that. Didn't get it. But there's gonna be a copycat. I understand it now. I can also describe the traits that this person's gonna have. And they're gonna be obsessed like in copying. They're gonna try to take my identity. They're gonna try to take my identity. Someone's gonna try to take my identity, and they're gonna try to be taking my spot on what has to do with God. Like my 10, and the only 10 I have is my channel here. They're gonna try to act like they're the ones for God, but it's like I'm telling you guys, this person is gonna have the same hairstyle and like everything, okay? Like this person's trying to take something from me that has to do with God. So I'm gonna make another video on that though, because I feel like I need to share it so that I got my witnesses out there. I mean, God's my witness. But I know you guys are as well. So when the time comes, maybe someone out there knows the truth before it happened, okay? Because I know what I see. And I know it will happen, and that's why I'm saying it now before it actually happens, so that you guys know that this is true. This is the truth, okay? And these are like some serious, like they're not just like small revelations here now, okay? Like it's actually like legal stuff. Organizations, that is not good. Like really bad, actually. Like, but I see it. The Lord has revealed. He allows me to see it, okay? But like I said, I'm gonna make different videos on that for each topic because it's of its own, okay? But someone is gonna try. It's gonna be a boss. It's gonna surprise me at the end too, who was against me. I already know the names, but I guess I'm just gonna have to wait and see when it happens, you know? Like I can't just it's that kind of thing, you know? But I know it's coming towards me, and this person's actually gonna I'm gonna be put in a situation that I can't breathe. Like I have to literally get out of a room. It's really bad, and it's like I heard this person say, what's her next move? And like I was like being tested on what my next move is and all these things. It's just really like. And then I also dream about like I'm like in some kind of arena, and like I'm being like, that's like they test people in that. It's so wild, but like I keep getting it, and it's like I don't want to like it's like in a movie, but it's actually real, okay? Like it's actually real. But like I said, I don't know when this is happening, okay? Like I don't know when this is happening. I just know this is like coming towards me. And I will be making different videos explaining those dreams. And someone will delete my YouTube video, so I'm gonna let you guys know right now, I will never, with my own hands, delete my YouTube channel. Not from my own hands. So when the day comes that my YouTube channel is just like gone, blanked out, either A, it's from the government, I don't know, or B, These people that are trying to get rid of their evidence, the evidence that is saying that I'm actually innocent, and their cover-ups, okay? I don't know what's coming towards me on that, but I just know someone's gonna try to get me locked up. And they're gonna do that by taking a piece of hair of mine and putting it in that certain place. I said it now. Like I said, I don't know when it's gonna happen. I can tell you guys the characteristics of these people, but I'm gonna do that in separate videos because then I can go into depth into what I've dreamed and what's gonna happen. But I'd rather like say it like now, at least like in a little bit of like stating it out there so that anybody out there like if you guys notice, or I don't know, maybe it's like, I'm telling you guys, I'm saying it now because it hasn't happened yet, but I know it's coming on my path. So, and I'm innocent. I'm innocent, but the Lord does show me that I will get out, like I'll be taken out, like I'll be proven to be innocent. But and I literally saw how the Lord like said like he's justice, okay? So I know the Lord's gonna take care of me. I don't even want to be stressing out about it, but it's like I just know it's coming towards me, I guess. But also in the same way, like here I am, like I'm prepared for it, right? But it's just like I don't know when it's gonna happen. All I know is he's my witness. It's not like, I know he's gonna take care of me. I know he's not gonna allow that. But I'm gonna be put in that situation. And I'm putting it out there now. So nothing has happened yet, or maybe something's already happening behind the scenes. Maybe planning's already happening. I don't know. Like they're gonna put me in that situation. They're gonna make it seem like it's beautiful, like this is a good idea, come with us kind of thing, and they're gonna try to get me locked up. Okay. So like as in like they're gonna try to say, oh, this is a good opportunity, come with us to this place, and yeah, that's their plan. So I'm always, because the Lord is like 10 times ahead of the game, okay? So this is why he's preparing these people, because he's putting you now also ahead of the game of their plans. But I'm letting you guys now I have to make separate videos on that because someone's gonna take out my YouTube channel. It's gonna be blanked. Everything that I put in here is gonna be gone. I just don't know when. But just letting you guys know when that's gone. It's not from my own hands, and then just know like probably something happened. And that's like, not saying like anybody's gonna like, the Lord's not gonna allow. Like I know I'm gonna make it out of it, right? It's not that now, okay? Not that anybody thinks they gotta call police or something. Like, you know what I mean? But just know like, yeah. And and another one. Someone's gonna try to put the mental game on me. They're gonna try to put the psychology game to me. They're gonna want to make it seem like I'm crazy. It's gonna be like their biggest thing to try to get me locked up, saying that I'm crazy and I need to go in the psychiatric ward. So, yeah. And the Lord showed me too for some reason the future of that psychologist, and then I ain't looking so great, I guess. But I don't want to like say that now, but I don't even want to laugh about that because it's actually really sad. But that's another dream. That's another dream for itself. Okay, I didn't want to laugh now, you guys. It's just I don't know why people gotta do this, but it's coming. It's just coming towards me. Like, But the Lord's putting me also in that situation for a reason. Maybe I gotta be there to see the truth, to bring justice, also to help bring justice to what's actually the truth, what happened here. Okay, like, I don't know, but I know it's coming towards me, so I just don't know when. But for now, I'm here, and yeah, there's also organizations, you guys, especially in the island, uh, that I know I'm gonna have to also escape. It has to do with slavery and everything. I feel like people don't know like what's actually happening in this world. Okay, it's like, I don't know. I think people don't realize what's actually, there's like certain places that, like, organizations that's just so evil. Like, I can't. It's disgusting. It's so disgusting. Like, it's sick to my stomach actually what I've seen. Like, and I saw it again like a few nights ago. So but again, it's going to be another video on itself. I'm just going to leave it at that now. I just wanted to put some details out there just so that you guys know that I do know what's coming towards me. It's just it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet, okay? But I know it's going to be true at some point. The Lord's already preparing me for this. And the dreams, they're like different now. They're getting more dominant. They're getting more enhanced. They're getting more like it's real. It's getting stronger. That's why I have to say, like, we underestimate the spirit. We underestimate the spiritual gifts that can be given from God, because to your surprise, you'll see how powerful they truly are, because we are children of God. And it's like, I mean, it's God, okay? And we're his children. And people underestimate that. I mean, if the Lord says all you have to have is a faith in the size of a mustard seed, I mean, he's not lying, okay? Like, that's not even metaphorically speaking now anymore, to be honest. That's the truth. You don't need much. You just need just a little piece of faith, like, and you'd be surprised what power God truly does have. The true God, Jesus Christ. And we all have to suffer, And this is why I understand now. I saw the Lord and he was fully sacrificed. He's like, I was put in the clouds and I saw him, like big, huge chest and like up, and I saw how it's like really bloody and like the crown, but he was like looking to the side. And that was that candlestick dream that I had, right? He had his candlesticks. And it's like one was there and he took the other one out, and I just like didn't understand, like, and I was like put back, and like this woman like in that dream, then she's like telling me, she's like, look what I have that you don't have. And then she said feet. And then I understood, because then I knew my answer to that though, because the Lord already prepared me for that, because the Lord already spoken to me and said, did you know that at a Galilean wedding that they first wash their head and then the feet? So when this woman, after I saw that vision and I was put back into the place, I was at the cloud, saw that, and then I was put back into that place, and that woman came to me. For some reason she had a mustache, I don't know, but look what I have that you don't have, and it's feet. And then I knew. My answer was first the head, then the feet. So, and it's a hard thing to understand, I'm not there yet 100% either. But this is like the wisdom. This is, God just speaks in ways it's just hard to understand sometimes. But I did know when I was standing there and I heard that response, I knew how to respond back. I knew in what kind of way had to think and how I had to go at it. You guys see, like the Lord already prepared me at least enough to know how I'm going to have to feel, how I'm going to have to act. And like I said, I don't know when all these things are happening. I don't. So there you guys have it. I will be making different videos, okay? So I'll be making different videos explaining exactly what I saw in the dreams so that this all makes sense. And not that someone's calling like 911 or something. Okay, like I'm here. It's not that. I just know already what's coming in the future. The Lord shows me the future. But I'm not the only one. Like you guys see, like all his children can have this beautiful gift. It's such a beautiful gift. But it's all about asking and shall be given. But it's the same thing how I mentioned it in the Bible verse. You have to seek it. You have to put your heart into play. The Lord looks in the heart, you know. Don't just be commanding to like see things. It's not the right way to go at it. Because the Lord wants to see how your heart is, you know. So that's the message that I have for you guys. I know it was a bit longer now. I wanted to end like I think like 10 minutes ago, but I just had this urge that I needed to get that out. Like I never had that feeling so strongly before. It's like I've been having these dreams, but now I'm like, I was thinking about it all day and it was like really burning me up. I'm having this strong feeling. And something's also with a car, okay? Someone's gonna try to get me in some kind of car issue. That too. Something with a car as well. Or some kind of mobile vehicle, okay? They're gonna try to, like, they're gonna try to wanna get me on that. I don't know if they want to make me carless. I don't know. But they're gonna try to make up something. I'm telling you guys, something seriously like coming at my way, and I'm like innocent. Okay, I'm gonna be innocent on all these things. So it's just like their evil intentions trying to get me down, trying to get me out of the picture somehow. For whatever reason, I can't even tell you guys. But we all know the true reason, right? Because we love God. We have a light on us that irritates their demons. So, I guess I'll find out when it comes. Just letting you guys know I'm innocent. And I knew in the dreams I was innocent. Like, I was done wrong. Like, some people are trying to portray me, trying to put me in a really bad evil intentions. But I also know at the end the Lord will say, I know the Lord will take me out. The Lord will give me justice on this, okay? Like, I know this. The Lord will free me. But this is why I always saw chains. But the Lord's gonna free me. I always get dreams I'm being freed from the chains, okay? So I know I'm gonna get out. The Lord's gonna give justice on this because I was totally innocent on what's gonna happen. So just letting you guys know now. So all right, you guys, enough talking. I gotta end this now before I just like keep on talking. Like I said, I don't know when this is all happening. I don't. Could be 5 years from now. Could be, I don't know. I don't even know how long we still have, okay? I just know I wouldn't be seeing these things if I wasn't here to like witness them, right? So, and I did have a feeling, I had a really feeling I had to share that it's at least been heard before it happens, okay? Even though they're gonna, at some point someone's gonna delete my YouTube videos, like my YouTube channel, and it's because I'm actually giving like the evidence now that I saw this happening before that it's gonna happen, or B, it's gonna already happen, and like that's when they like get rid of it, right? Like it's something that I would have against them. So letting you guys know, it's not gonna happen in my own hands. I'm not ever gonna delete my YouTube channel. Ever. So like I said, either A, something with some higher authority people, like government, I don't know, maybe not. I hope not. Or people that seriously, maybe just local people that get my phone and delete it, right? I don't know. Like they hack my account or something, you know? Hackers or something. So letting you guys know, yeah. And I keep dreaming the same thing, so I know it's gonna happen. I know it's true. And I feel like now was the time to speak about it, at least mention it. But I will make different videos and going in depth about what I saw in my dream. So here you guys have it. Love all, God bless all, and I see you guys next time. Bye bye. And next time I'll be making multiple videos on those situations, the dreams, okay? So, alrighty, bye bye.